In this video, I want to talk about how to use a given zero to write a polynomial as a product of linear factors. So we've talked about how before how all polynomials can be written as the product of factors, right? Like p of x can always be written as like x minus a times x minus b, and so on, times x minus n, whatever the factors are. So basically what's happening here is they're giving us one hint or one clue what one of the factors is, and then they want us to write it all as a product of linear factors. So I think the best way to start is by doing long division to go ahead and factor that one thing out. So they told us that x minus 1 is a 0, which means that x plus 1 is going to be one of the factors. So we can divide that by x to the third minus 4x squared minus x plus 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and divide that. So x to the third divided by x is x squared, and then we'll get x cubed minus x squared. This should be plus x squared. And we're subtracting, so I'll go ahead and distribute that negative sign into the parentheses just to be clear. So this is 0, and then this is negative 5x squared. Bring down the minus x. So now negative 5x squared divided by x is minus 5x. And then we can go ahead and do that, multiply that back. So negative 5x squared minus 5x, and then this is subtraction, so I'm going to distribute that negative sign, and this is 0, and this is 4x, bring down the 4, and now this is 4, and 4 goes in, or 4 gets multiplied back as 4x plus 4, and the remainder is 0, which is good because they told us it was a 0, right? So it needed to be 0. So we did everything right. That's good. So now we know that p of x can be written as x plus 1 times x squared minus 5x plus 4. Now, that's not what they asked us for, though. They asked us for a product of linear factors, which means that we need to still factor this into something, two linear factors. Now you can look at it and see if you can factor it. Otherwise, you can use the quadratic formula. So in this case, I can actually see how I would factor this. So you can think about doing the opposite of FOIL, and this would be x, and then we would have two numbers that multiply to be positive 4 and add to be negative 5. So it would be minus 4 and minus 1, and then we still have to multiply by x plus 1, and that is equal to p of x. And that is a product of linear factors. Now, if you didn't know how to factor this, or if it didn't come out evenly, you could always use the quadratic formula. And that's how we write a polynomial as a product of linear factors.